Oh, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. You probably installed Mad God Overhaul 3.0 early access, and you're probably looking for the optimal settings that allow you to run in the smoothest way possible with the maximum eye candy that you can even imagine. Okay, well, I've good news for you. I probably found the optimal settings, and I'm gonna talk to you about those in this video. I spent the last week in tweaking and try every possible combination of settings to give you the answer. And I'll explain to you the logic process, because at the end of the day, every system is different, so you may find some other things that work better for you or work worse for you. Okay? So, first of all, the settings in MO2. At this point, I used the community shaders on Ultra, and I am using the grass density on medium. Grass density is one of the biggest performance hitter in this game, and there is a reason why. You see, there is a shadow for the grass here, and then we have also grass collision, which basically is the grass that reacts to the presence of the player. Now, I have tried with the maximum grass density, and I get a significant drop in frame rate. And I think I mentioned this in my previous video when I was showcasing Mad God Overhaul itself. Then, another settings that I have a little bit pulled down a notch was the graphics quality in Virtual Desktop. And this is because resolution is extremely important in Skyrim VR. So I was working with the graphics quality of Godlike in Virtual Desktop, but I had to take it down a notch to Ultra to allow a little bit, to give a little bit of my GPU a bit of air to, relax. Otherwise, it would have been absolutely a disaster. Okay, as you can see here in this area, which is one of the most demanding area in Skyrim VR, I'm keeping 120 frames per second. But this is just because I have enabled Space Warp or the settings SSW in Virtual Desktop. So if you don't do that, you can get 60 frames per second. You have also to move the streaming quality, the VR settings, to 120 FPS rather than keeping it to 90. Otherwise, you're gonna get half this frame rate, okay? Another thing that is worth mentioning is that I'm using Open Composite instead of SteamVR. When I made the video about this Mad God Overhaul showcase, I was using SteamVR, and I was getting about 40 FPS in the white round stables. Here instead, as you can see, it's absolutely great, and consider that I have maxed out everything. If you also press the key, the delete key on your keyboard, you will see that another menu will appear. That menu for the community shaders will help you also in understanding what settings you can remove that you actually don't need. For example, you can remove the grass collision, you can remove also global illumination and things like that, all the performance heavy settings. But as you can see here, yes, I do have some frame rate drop, but inside the headset it feels incredibly smooth. So I absolutely recommend to use SSW for the community shaders, if you're using the community shaders, because it's really important and is a game changer. Okay, to make it look this clear, you need also to use DLAA, and you can do that through the menu that you have. You can pop up using the delete key on your keyboard. Okay, as you can see, I have no stuttering whatsoever, and then there is some sort of diffused light that is, part of the community shaders lighting. which is insane. It's really good. It looks really natural. I think you should use CS rather than ENB at this point.
Welcome indeed.
So the only thing is perhaps, you know, for the CS is the interior lighting is a little bit darker than the ENB settings. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just different, and it depends on what you like. So what we need to talk about a little bit more is perhaps on medium and system. Okay, so I think the setting you should change is definitely the grass. Okay, the grass has to be perhaps on low rather than on medium or high, because it's the major performance impact. CS, obviously, if you put it on performance, you're gonna gain some frame rates, which you know is not significant. You're probably gonna gain about 5 to 10 FPS, but yeah, you know, it is possible to run this mod list with a smooth 60 FPS if you apply what I said. So, to summarize, first thing you have to use Open Composite, okay? And you can do that selecting it, there's an option in MO2. After that, you will have to change the settings in Virtual Desktop. You have to, I would suggest to put 90 FPS or 120 FPS for VR streaming, and you will have to enable the space warp. You know, you will have to enable the space warp. In this way, you're gonna get the smoothest experience with the highest possible visual quality. I'm not even joking. You can see here. You can see it here. I honestly never seen a game that is more beautiful than this in virtual reality. You know, some people said, "Oh, Cyberpunk is better." No. I think this is the ultimate VR game, no question. Anyhow, so I wanted to make a longer video to explain every single setting in detail, but I don't think that would be of value to you, because you want to know what are the settings that have a major impact on performance. So let's recap it. Okay, so first thing first, resolution. So you have to reduce, if you're using Virtual Desktop, from godlike to ultra at the very minimum, at the very least, because if you're keeping in godlike, you're going to stress the GPU much more, and you're going to have a more inconsistent frame rate. Obviously, if you have a better CPU than mine, you can probably, enjoy that as well. And the second thing you have to do is to reduce the grass density to medium. Then the other thing you have to do and you have to enable is obviously SSW, or synchronous space warp. This allows you to use fake frame, so the headset will compensate for the frame that it cannot generate, and this guys will incredibly increase the smoothness of the gameplay. Other final thing, Open Composite. Open Composite will give you also quite a bit of a boost in performance. See that guy? Short! Anyway, pretty much that's what I wanted to say. Anyhow, if you have further questions, I can help you with, because believe me, I have done so many tests. I can tell you everything about this. For the purpose of this video, I think it's everything I wanted to say. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. VR Dad signing out, and now I'm going to enjoy this masterpiece. Wow, look at that.